Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Hope you've been having a good week. It's been a good week around here. And it's always a good week when we look for God and look for ways we can be better servants of His. And this morning, I'd like to share a passage with you. It comes from chapter 2 of the book of Proverbs. And here's what it says. My child, listen to what I say and treasure my commands. Tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. The Lord grants wisdom. From His mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He grants a treasure of common sense to the honest. He is a shield of those who walk with integrity. I kind of like this first part. Excuse me. As a parent, I can sort of identify with this. If you're a parent, maybe you can too. My child, listen to what I say, is what God puts out. How many times do we tell our kids, listen to me? I've been there. And sometimes you even say, I do know a little bit more than you do. Now, I'd like to think that whenever I said that, my kids listened to me. You probably would too. What I found out is that many times they didn't listen. They had to learn the hard way. They had to learn it their way. And so we can identify with this passage. I mean, this proverb is talking to you and me. And whether we've had kids yet or whether they're grown, at least some point in time, we were kids. And we've had parents who tried to guide us. And we can be pretty stubborn. And now that many of us are adults, we don't like to think of ourselves as stubborn. We like to think of ourselves as sensible, fine, intelligent people who can make their own decisions. And we can do that. Sometimes, though, they're not good ones. So this passage starts out with these incredibly strong words. My child, listen to what I have to say. My treasure and my commands. Tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. What is wisdom? Well, wisdom's different than knowledge. Knowledge is understanding facts, knowing the specifics of something. And you can have all the knowledge in the world and not get very far. For example, I know a lot of people who can quote the Bible from sun up to sundown, never miss a beat. You ask them a question, boom, they've got the chapter and verse. And they have spent many, many hours getting that knowledge. But some of them, not all of them, but some of them have no idea what God is like. They have the knowledge of God, but they don't have His wisdom. And they never, ever, ever see Him clearly. They're so hung up on, here's what I know. Wisdom is to be able to take what you know and apply it to whatever's happening. Apply it to some situation. Apply it to help somebody's life, including your own. And so God says here, tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. So many, many times, I know this, but I don't understand that. I go back to the start with kids. I knew what my kids were doing, and I knew why they were doing it, but I didn't understand. You see, to understand means to have wisdom, which is greater than knowledge. And it includes understanding the things that knowledge can't touch. And that's what God is. He's the superior of life who sees more than you and I would ever dream of. And so he tells us to seek wisdom and understanding. Make that the focus of what we're trying to do. And then when we do that, we skip down to verse 6. It says, the Lord grants wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. You see, God is trying to tell us he wants to walk with you and me and help us understand. I'll give you an example. As a pastor, I've visited a lot of hospitals and I have seen a lot of people who are really, really sick. I've been with people who suddenly were sick and didn't even know about it. And so they would ask me, they didn't ask the physician, they would ask me as the pastor, why is this happening? Well, the physician could give them the physiology of it. And since I studied that in one of my previous lives, I could give them some of that. Physician could do much more. That wasn't the question. The question was, why is this happening to me right now? And that's beyond the facts. That's beyond learning the specifics of the situation. That's looking at the problem or the issue in the biggest picture possible and trying to understand. Now, God tells us here that he grants wisdom, and from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. And then here's the final verse, verse 7. He grants a treasure of common sense to the honest. He is a shield to those who walk with integrity. See, that last little bit, that's the key. That's it. You want to know how this makes sense? That's it. For those who walk with integrity. When we walk our lives, we live our lives walking with the presence of God and sensing his compassion and his love to everyone, then we have integrity. And that simply means that what we say is what we do, is who we are. There are no games here. There are no places that I can pretend. When we who walk with God with integrity, when we do that, God will give us understanding and wisdom for our situations and those around us. Well, I hope you know that today. I hope that describes you. If it doesn't, well, work on it. He certainly wants to work on it with you. So thanks for listening. I hope you'll have a wonderful day, the rest of the week. And until we get a chance again, God bless you. I'll talk to you later.